Welcome to the JCPod. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, and hey, like I told you, we got another breakdown coming. I will break down some NFL news, talk about a little bit of stuff going around the NFL, some major news, and then, yeah, past that, as you can see right here, got the NFC East for you today. I won't lie to you, when it comes to the NFC, man, I was really confused, going over some stuff. I was breaking down my NFCs, deciding what order I want to do them in. I basically came on the East because I thought the East was one of the easier ones for me. Like, for example, the South is going to be really hard. I think I got to lean. I don't know for sure. The West, I kind of have a general idea, but I'm kind of stuck between two teams. And then, man, the North is going to be, that's going to be a tough one as well. But, yeah, like I said, we'll basically just go over some NFL news real quick because I think there is some big stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check because, conveniently enough, I lost all my news, whatever you call it. I had a little news note thing open, and I lost that again too. So, yeah, like I said, we'll go. We'll burn through the NFL news real quick because this breakdown is probably gonna take a little bit. So NFL for top 100, it's Mahomes number 1, Jefferson number 2. Really, congrats to Mahomes. The top 10 players in the NFL according to, I think it's the players: Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Hurts, Nick Bosa, Travis Kelce, Joe Burrow, Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, Micah Parsons, Chris Jones. Not a bad list. Not a bad list of players at all. So the Chiefs, even though there's a holdout, they have no intention of trading Chris Jones, which just means they're going to get a deal done. It just might take a little bit of time. They might have to figure out certain numbers. That's not surprising at all. I just wanted to put that out there. The Lions are signing veteran quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. Is going to be the backup to Jared Goff. Apparently, they've been in talks for a while, so congrats to Teddy, man. They were in talks since March. They were able to get a job, and man, Teddy two gloves, baby. I got to talk about him for one more year, man. My boy. Shout out to Teddy, man. Congrats on getting another one. The Texans minority owner Javier Loya. I don't know how much of a minority he is, but apparently this happened. He pled guilty in May, but he is facing a rape charge, so that is going to be something that's going to be surround the... Oh, you can already hear the Deshaun Watson jokes and everything now, but... So apparently his stake is... a person with knowledge, so this is according to this article. A person with knowledge in the situation told the Associated Press that Loya's stake in the team is less than 1%, so... I would not be shocked if he ends up, especially because it's so low, being 1%. I would not be shocked if they just kicked him out and gave it to somebody else. Will they do it? I don't know, because I don't know if there's a legal way to do that, but I won't be shocked. This guy got himself in a lot of trouble. Not good. Just can't be doing it, man. I don't know, it's, with one, so apparently he was charged with 1 count of first-degree rape, 5 counts of first-degree sexual abuse, and 1 count of third-degree sexual abuse in Jefferson County, Kentucky. Oh my gosh, yeah, this guy might be done, man. That's bad. That is some bad stuff, man. Oh, there's something I want to talk about, by the way. To end that point, there's something that I do want to touch. I'm going to save it. There's something I want to touch on in baseball about an announcer, but I don't think I want to get into it. I'll get into it, but basically to sum up quickly, Orioles announcer, what are we doing, MLB? I know it's not the MLB, it was the Orioles that did it, but man, they did. For those of you who don't know, look up the situation with the Orioles announcer. Basically just doing his job and got suspended indefinitely. That was terrible, man. I just want to bring my 2 cents in that real quick because that was terrible, man. Seriously, come on. So Purdy's probably not going to play in the preseason opener. He has been practicing though, so the way it sounds, they haven't fully decided yet, but they doubt that he plays. That wouldn't be surprising. It is the first preseason game. Sounds like he's been doing decent though. I don't know. He's been participating in 2 out of every 3 practices for the 49ers, Purdy has. He's been building up strength in his arm. I don't know. We'll see. I think he should be back for week 1, the way it sounds, which is crazy to think about. So David Arnett is going to be able to resume his career after the plea and gun case. He resolved the felony in 2022 after pleading guilty. He had 2 misdemeanors, and he said, if I'm blessed enough to get another chance in the NFL, then I'm going to kill that. We'll see if he does. Hopefully for his case he does. But, man, stuff like that, it's hard for teams to take a chance on you. Especially, I'm not going to say, because especially if he went to the Raiders and they did something with the Raiders, for example, there's teams that they see when you mess up with one team, they're like, oh, if they can't get it right over there, then We'll see. So we'll see where he goes to. I'm not saying that's the Raiders, by the way. I was just giving an example, but based on everything that goes on with him, I would mean if he's talented enough, he might get a chance. But man, we'll see. The Rams are bringing back John Johnson on a 1-year deal. Kareem Hunt's visiting the Saints. That's a very shocking visit. When they have Kamara, Kendrick Miller, all that. That might mean Kendrick Miller's not for sure going to be good to go this season. That's just very interesting. Micah Parsons wants to become one of the greatest Hall of Famers. Good for him, honestly. Love them. That's honestly, the only reason I announced that. If that's truly his mindset, there's a difference between saying it and doing it. If that's truly his mindset, then I love the mindset I love when elite players have that mindset, because then it brings out truly the best in them. They said Shaq Leonard's working on overcoming the fear of missing the last 2 seasons, which makes sense, man. He just said he's gonna take the fear out of making contact. He's gonna get out of his own head. I think once he gets going, he'll be really good to go, and it'll just take a little bit to get going. The Eagles are signing 2 huge linebackers, Zach Cunningham, Miles Jack. They're reporting the 1-year deals. Those are really, really good signings. I think those are really good pieces to fill in. Logan Wilson got retained, got a massive, massive deal. Christian Wilkins is looking for a big deal. He says he's done a lot to earn it. The Hall of Fame was this weekend. Shout out to all the people winning the Hall of Fame. The people like Klecko, Zach Thomas, Joe Thomas, guys like that. I know I'm missing a few. Rondé Barber, Darrelle Revis. Let's see. I think I got everybody. DeMarcus Ware. I might have missed 1 or 2, but man, really congrats to them. Jamar Chase came out and said he didn't want Joe Burrow to rush back for Week 1. Hopefully, he'll be completely healthy when he gets back, but there is a chance he might try to rush for Week 1, and hopefully that doesn't happen, because if he does rush and get hurt again, that's really bad for the Bengals. Wilson's deal was 4-year, up to $37.2 million. Really, really awesome deal. Johnny Manziel, this is what we'll end it with. I definitely recommend. Oh yeah, by the way, Kamara suspended 3 games. I didn't get a chance to talk about that. Okuda carted off with an ankle injury. We're still waiting to learn a little bit more. I think he should be okay to go. Mercedes Lewis joining the Bears after a 5-year stint with the Packers. That's a really awesome veteran sign for them. Cam Jordan agreed to a 2-year, $27 million deal. Awesome for him. And then, last week, Unique Ngakoue signed with the Bears. We had our first Hall of Fame game on Thursday, which was really, really cool to watch. And then, like I said, I definitely recommend watching that Johnny Manziel thing. I saw his interview on Pat McAfee, and it was one of those things where I was like, oh, wow, so this dude's actually, like, oh, okay. It was just really, it's really interesting just to hear from him in person, so they got me very interested to rewatch the documentary, because, man, was that dude something special in college. It's just crazy to show you that sometimes, man, like, we all go through different things, what he dealt with and everything. Like, that's just wild. It's going to be crazy to learn about. But so that's about a 10-minute burn through the news real quick. That's about all the important stuff, really. So now, time for that NFC East breakdown. We'll start with the commies. I don't think they're going to win the division for sure. I have them, I can tell you now, finishing last place. But we're going to start with them because there is basically no bets for them at all. By that I mean season specials, and I got no bets on them. For them to win the division, it's plus 1,300. Woo! It's plus 6,500 to win the Super Bowl. Woo! Over to unders at setting a 6.5 for the win total. The over is 104. The under is 128. This team's going to be a little bad. They're going through a whole new ownership thing. So this is very similar to how I view the Texans, how the Colts potentially could be this year. This is going to be like a year for them to take a step and move forward. Like, I don't think they're going to do much of anything. Just mainly for the fact that, it's their first year with new ownership. And they've truly, I just don't truly think they're going to do too much because they're having quarterback issues too right now. So it's just like, what is going on? Like, they can't decide if they want Sam Howell or that boy Jacoby Brissett. That's what they're deciding between right now. Brian Robinson Jr., Antonio Gibson are the 2 running backs. 2 really solid running backs, if I add in. Wide receiver-wise, they have Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, Logan Thomas at tight end. I mean, they are another team with a fullback. Alex Arma, shout out this team. They really got, the Commanders have a really decent team all line offense. Like, truly, like, you look, defensively, Chase Young, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, Kendall Fuller, Derek Forrest, Emmanuel Forbes. I mean, this is one of those teams, like, I'll admit, like, I know they're taking a step. They're basically trying to take a leap here this year, but they truly got a really good team, man. truly got a really good team. Like, you just saw some of the names right out there. The biggest issue right now, obviously, is at quarterback, where they got Sam Howell and Jacoby Brissett, where I don't think I'd be lying to you if I said they aren't the two best quarterbacks in the NFL, but truly, this is just something with the Commanders where they need a year, man. They just need a year to get ready, get everything right. I mean, truly, defensively, they have a really special team. It's just going to come down to the offense. I mean, I would love to take the over 6.5 plus money. Am I going to? I don't know if they're going to win 7 games. 7-10 is definitely doable, but it just makes me a little bit nervous. Going through their schedule real quick. I mean, they play Cardinals week 1, then it's Denver, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, New England, Seattle, New York, Dallas, Miami, the Rams after week 14 bye, the Jets, San Francisco, Dallas. I mean, maybe, actually. Let's see. So we'll do the good old, they split every game in their division. There's 3. Well, I don't think they'll do that this year, though. It's going to be really tough. So if they do that, there's 3. Arizona's 4. Chicago's maybe 5. They could potentially be Atlanta. There's 6. Maybe the Rams are 7. So, I mean, there's a chance for 7. It's going to be a tough 7 for them, though. I mean, their schedule isn't the hardest, but, man, they play the NFC East, and I think all these teams in the NFC East has basically gotten better. So, I mean, if you compare the Commanders, I think they've gotten better. Overall, I don't think they've gotten too much better. Like, the Cowboys definitely losing Kellen Moore, huge loss. The Eagles losing both their coordinators, huge losses. I know, like, it's going to be nice to see. What's his name, man? Eagles coach. I don't know why. Like, I can't think of it for some reason right now. But Nick Sirianni, seeing him, Jesus, man, seeing him go, being able to upgrade everything, and now his offense, add more to the offense. That's gonna be nice to see. But yeah, like I said, they're all missing some people. Yeah, I mean, like, when it comes to over-under, I'm tending to lean the under just because I think they're going to be about at 6 wins. So minus 128 for that under. It's kind of where I lean. I don't know if I'm going to sit there or not. We'll confirm it at the end, though. Moving on to the New York Giants. Starter-wise, we got Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, who just signed a deal. 1 year, $11 million. He'll probably be playing hard. And then they got the slot receiver galore. They got Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, Sterling Shepard, Jamison Crowder, Cole Beasley. I mean, and Darren Waller, they brought him over with Daniel Bellinger. I mean, they got a decent little squad on offense. I would say, if anything, a DeAndre Hopkins on this team would have been. I know he probably wouldn't. I don't think there's even contention, but D-Hop on this team with those type of names, I think it would be, if they had D-Hop, I think this offense would be a lot more intimidating. But they don't, obviously. Defensive-wise, Ashawn Robinson, Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Kayvon Thibodeau, Bobby Okereke. My boy from the Colts, that's a tough one. I'm glad they lost him. He's really good. And then secondary-wise, Adoree Jackson, Xavier McKinney, Deontay Banks, Jason Pinnock. They got a little ways to go. I mean, schedule, we'll go with their schedule real quick before I get in their over-unders and everything. This team's going to be, it's going to be hard. Because they kind of went, usually, I think it's 6, by the way. The number is usually there's 6 teams that make the playoffs that don't make it the next year. This just has a feeling that it might end up being one of those teams. Like, they got, week 1, they got the Cowboys, Arizona. Then week 2, San Francisco, Seattle, Miami, Buffalo, Washington, the Jets, Vegas, Dallas, Washington, New England. Week 13 bye, Green Bay, New Orleans, Philadelphia, the Rams, Philadelphia. They got Philly the last 2 weeks of the season. That's going to be a little bit of a tough one. Save them that late, but it might be able to help them out. I mean, they got a tough schedule, man. And like I said, I'm very confused with the NFC East. Their over-unders at 7.5. I tend to lean over. I think it's gonna be like an 8-9 team about. And if you do the over, it's minus 106. Under's minus 114. That's about where I lean with this team. Plus 700 to win the division. I mean, it's very doable. Will they? Probably not, I want to say, but I mean, it's definitely doable. I would not put it past them. It's just big thing's gonna be Brian Dable in year 2. What can we get out of this team with Brian Dable in year 2? That's gonna be the real big question when it comes to this team. Some stuff I'm looking at though, for the Giants, Kayvon Thibodeau to have 10 sacks on the season is plus 150. He said he played like shit last year and only had 4, so he's looking to take another. I think he had 4 or 5, so him taking another step up. I think it's doable. Yeah, 10's a lot though, so I might not take it, but that's something I'm definitely gonna be looking at towards for my next future episode. Just because I think talent-wise he could be able to get 10, but we're gonna wait and see. I want to look a little bit more in the offseason. Daniel Jones to have 10 rushing touchdowns is plus 300. That's just tempting if they use him the same way they used him last year. I don't know if I'm gonna take that one again. Like I said, plus 300. That's very tempting, but I'm also very scared that Daniel Jones isn't going to run as much this year because they don't want him to now that he signed a little bit of a contract. But like I said, for plus 300, it might be worth it. I just don't know. That's just the biggest thing. Like I said, a lot of these are, there's like 2 or 3 today that I really like that I'm going to give out that for sure. But last year, yeah, he had 7, so to get 3 more, I don't know. That just makes me really nervous. So, like I said, we'll see on the plus 300. Saquon Barkley to have 10 rushing touchdowns is plus 170. This is one I do genuinely like because I think Saquon Barkley is going to have a little bit of an edge on him this year. He had 10 last year too, so that is really awesome. Yeah, he had 10 rushing touchdowns exactly last year. So the fact he's playing on contract this year, a little angry maybe. I would definitely be a situation where I'd probably choose between taking Daniel Jones or Saquon, and immediately I lane Saquon right away. If I was to take Daniel Jones, it's because Saquon gets hurt. That's the only thing that I could see messing up Saquon is him getting hurt, because like I said, he got 10 rushing touchdowns last year. I definitely like it. Daniel Jones, if you think he can magically have 30 passing touchdowns, which would be just him unlocking himself as a passer, plus 750. I don't think I'm going to take that, but for the odds, I had to write it down. And then the last one for the Giants, if you really like Jalen Hyatt to have 10 touchdowns, is plus 110. I'm pretty sure it's just receiving. I'll have to double check it, but for him to have 10 touchdowns, this is a rookie, so it's taking a long shot. I mean, I think Daniel Jones threw about 20 last year, so that'd be half his touchdowns. I don't think it's going to happen, but if you really like the rookie, plus 1,100, I couldn't blame you for taking it. Now we're going to move on to them Cowboys, baby. So we got the Cowboys. Sorry, my app messed up for a second. So they're too deep. We got Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush. Then you got Tony Pollard with Malik Davis and Ronald Jones as a running back. I have no idea who's going to be their second-string running back. Wouldn't be shocked if they signed somebody. Wide receiver by CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Tolbert, and that's about where it ends. And then it gets to a bunch of smaller names. Tight end wise, Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot, Luke Schoonmaker. They got a fullback too, Hunter Lupke. I don't know how to. It's Luepke. That's really hard to say. We got for the defense, Marcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, Jabril Cox, Stephon Gilmore traded over from the Colts, Trevon Diggs, Donovan Wilson. This is a Cowboys team that has, I think, a pretty decently tough schedule. I don't think it's the worst, but they play the Giants, Jets, Arizona, New England, the 49ers, Chargers, Rams. Week 7 bye. That's brutal, honestly, for when it comes to late season stuff. Rams, Philadelphia, the Giants, Carolina, Washington, Seattle, Philly, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit, Washington. Not a terrible schedule. Their over-unders at 9.5. I'm going to probably lean under. I think this is going to be a 9-8 team. Maybe. I don't know. The Cowboys are going to slow down their pace this year, and the defense is really good, though. I mean, Dan Quinn being the defensive coordinator as well, it's very tough. Very, very tough. Their over is minus 162. The more I think about it, 9-8, I don't think they're going to have the best of years, but I don't think they're going to go 9-8. I don't think. I don't know. This is a tough one, man. When it comes to over-under, I feel like I kind of want to lean under just because of the money, but for the plus money, but I'd not be shocked if they went over. Like I said, their schedule's not the hardest, but I just think they're going to take a step back this year, so it's hard to talk positively about them when I think they're basically a year away from having new quarterback, new head coach. I think it's about time where we're going to see a new changeover. So yeah, then to win the division plus 175, then to win the conference is plus 600. Cowboys have the number 1 seed, it's plus 550 if you like any of that. If you think the Cowboys should score 1 touchdown every game, it's plus 135. I think that's definitely doable. That's something I generally tend to lean for. Zach to have 30 passing touchdowns, plus 135. Tempting. I know their offense is going to take a step back. That's the only thing that scares me. So I think I'm probably going to end up staying away from it because last 2 years he had 37 the year before, 23 last year. he had a down year last year. So, I mean, if he's able to bring it back up, I mean, to have 14 less, I mean, even if he cuts that in half, he gets the 30. So, like I said, hitting up 30 touchdowns at plus 135 is semi-tempting. But I'm probably going to lean more to CeeDee Lamb's receiving touchdowns. Because if you look at CeeDee Lamb's receiving touchdowns, top 10 is plus 200. He had 9 last year. I think it's doable. I think he's going to have another even better year because I think Brandon Cooks is the only one to take targets from him in the offense, really. They lost Dalton Schultz, who was one of Dak's security blankets. So, I mean, CeeDee Lamb definitely has a chance to step up this year. Tony Pollard to have 10 rushing touchdowns is plus 200. That's tempting if you think Tony Pollard's going to basically take over this offense. I kind of think he will as a running back, but I also, like I said, I also feel like they're going to sign somebody, so it makes me want to lean away a little bit from taking him, just a little bit. And then the last one for this team, Parsons to have 15 sacks this year, plus 250. I think Parsons is going to have a really, really good year this year. If he's going to have 15 sacks, I don't know, but if he's in contention for Defensive Player of the Year, then he could have around that number. So, not a bad lean at all. That's just something I'm going to lean towards. And last one, we're going to have Philadelphia Eagles. Over under 11.5. Over plus 104, under minus 128. Probably going to take an under because I see them going 11 wins. They could get 12. I would love to be proven wrong. This is an Eagles team that went to the Super Bowl last year, just lost to the Chiefs. Really good Eagles team, might I add you. Even though they lost some key pieces, it's still a really good young team that's basically going into the year 2 with a lot of the same guys together. Well, basically, let's read their depth chart. Yeah, like I said, Jalen Hurts and Marcus Mariota is the backup, so that's going to be very, very interesting. Just because Marcus Mariota fits Jalen Hurts a little bit more than Gardner Minshew does, but I don't know. We're going to have to just see. Jalen Hurts can stay healthy all year, and they don't even got to worry about it. DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, Kenneth Gainwell, the 3 running backs. Boston Scott, you want to go 4 deep. Wide receiver-wise, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Zacchaeus, Olamide, Zacchaeus. What a name, bro. Dallas Goedert, Dan Arnold, tight end. Defensive-wise, Brandon Graham, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, James Bradbury, Terrell Edmonds. I mean, oh my gosh, Darius Slay. They got names on names on names, baby. You read their schedule out. They're going to have a really tough schedule this year. That's why I tend to lean the under. So they got New England, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Washington, LA Rams, New York Jets, Miami, Washington, Dallas. Week 10 bye. Not the worst, not the best. The Chiefs, Buffalo, San Fran, Dallas, Seattle, New York, Arizona, New York. That is a gauntlet. Like I said, though, I think that the Eagles are probably going to take a little bit of a step back last year. So, like, 11-6 is still a really, really good season. I think they're going to win the division. Most likely, I think it's their division to lose. So, I tend to lean under, but if it's an under, it could be just by a hook, and I think them getting 11. So that's the Eagles win divisions, minus 115, then win the conference is plus 330. To be the number 1 seed is plus 350. So everyone thinks the Eagles are going to basically come back and do what they did. It is really hard to go back and repeat at the Super Bowl. So I don't know if I'm going to take them to the Super Bowl. But I definitely think if they reach the NFC Championship game, it's plus, I think, 160. I think that's it. So like they said, they got a lot of faith the Eagles are going to do it again. I wouldn't be shocked. They've only gotten better on defense. Offense has still a lot of the same pieces with a few upgrades here and there. DeAndre Swift to get 10 rushing touchdowns plus 900. The only reason I'd lean that is because the Eagles are a running team, so if they get close to the red zone, he might have a chance. But I'm going to probably not take it because they have a 4-back system where they use all 4 backs. They technically have 5. You got Jalen Hurts, so plus 900. This is something if you like the big hogs, maybe go for it. Something I will take though, 1 rushing touchdown every game is plus 1,500. One of my favorite ones I've wrote down, just because it's the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I think they should be able to get a rushing touchdown every game. For plus 1,500, this is going to be a fun little lotto ticket I get to fall throughout the season. 20 to win 300, 10 to win about 151. So actually, it's about 160 if you count the winning. But yeah, 10 to win 150-ish, 20 to win 300. Like, it could be a fun little lotto ticket you watch all season. Which, like I said, and it's the Eagles. They like to run the ball, especially in the second half when they're up. So I'm probably going to lean that way. And then A.J. Brown to have 10 touchdowns plus 170. I think he can easily do that. I think he did it last year. So A.J. Brown plus 10, I like that. And then Jalen Hurts have 30-plus passing touchdowns plus 360. Not a bad lean. I don't know if I'm going to for sure take that or not. I just don't know. I like when I looked at it yesterday, I did like it at plus 360. It's not bad at all. I'm just going to, like I said, be one of those things when you hear my futures episode here in about pretty much 2 weeks from now, when we get my futures episode, I might bring it on we'll just have to see, because, I'm basically going to go back through, and everything I gave out, I'm going to basically write down the ones I for sure like and re-give them back out again here in 2 weeks. But what we're doing right now, these are just a lot of stuff I like. Stuff I'm probably going to take for sure. That's basically going to end it, by the way, I think. Yeah, I think the Eagles are probably going to get under 11. They're probably going to get 11 wins. I think they're going to be basically as good as last year. When it comes to the Cowboys, I think they're going to have a step back here. I've said it on my show now for months. I think that this is the last year of Dak Prescott. He's gone. Big old Mike McCarthy, he gone. I think Dan Quinn's going to end up being their head coach unless they decide to make it a different offensive coordinator. I just think this is going to be a lot of change over this year, so I'm not. They're going to be a slight under. I think they're, and then the slow pace changed everything. I think they're still going to be decent. There just might be a few less touchdowns because they're going to try to rest their defense and go a little bit slower. Giants tend to lean over. I think they're going to be about 8 wins, finish about 8-9. I just think they're going to be decent. Their schedule is a little tough. Not the hardest, but it's a little tough, so that's the only thing that scares me. And, I mean, take one with the vengeance. That's going to be fun to watch. Commies, basically a step year for them where they're going to try to get better. The bets I've like for sure. I'm over-under-wise, not touching. I'm not going to place those bets for sure. We're going to wait for a little bit longer. I'd like Saquon to have 10 rushing touchdowns plus 170. I genuinely do truly like that. We'll go with, where's the other one? Sorry. Lamb to have 10 touchdowns plus 200. I really kind of do like that one. I think that's one I probably end up taking. Dak to have 30 touchdowns. Tempting, but like I said, their offense is slowing down, and so it's the only thing that really scares me away from that. So we'll have to see. And then, Cowboys have 1 touchdown every game plus 135. I'll probably take that. It's the Cowboys. I don't think there's going to be too many games where they potentially get shut out, especially with their defense being able to get them a score here and there. So I'll probably lean that too, and then A.J. Brown 10 touchdowns plus 170, and then the Eagles have 1 rush touchdown every game plus 1,500. Going to be a fun little lotto ticket we play with. So yeah, that's what I said. Like I said, that's probably where we're going to end the show today. A little bit shorter. Like I said, it's a lot easier for these breakdowns to do them when half the league, half the division, you're basically going to be like, I'm probably not going to take most of that stuff. Because, like I said, I don't know how many Giants bets I'm going to have this year. I don't know how many Cowboys bets I'm going to have this year. Probably maybe like one of each, but especially like commies, I'm not going to have none. Eagles. It's hard to take anything with unless you want some juiced odds because of everything going on with them. But man, I'm excited. NFL's getting so much closer. We got preseason week 1 this week. Like I said, man, I can't wait. So for my ranking in this division, I got Eagles 1, Cowboys 2, Giants 3, Commies 4. Basically in the reverse order I gave them out. The more I thought about it, the more I end up just following along with. I just think the Eagles are going to repeat. I think they're the better team. Like I said, I think the Cowboys, I think, have a chance to get jumped by the Giants. I don't think they potentially will, but I think there's a chance, obviously. Just because the Cowboys, like I said, this year, they're good, but I think they're basically in like a transition year where after this year, they're going to basically have like a new quarterback. We've seen Dak there for a while. And Big Mike's been there for a few years now. So it's going to be where if they don't have success to the Cowboys level, they could be gone. I just think, I just don't think Jerry Jones is going to want to watch another year of Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott if they lose in the NFC, if they lose in the wild card or the divisional round. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the support. I will probably do. I'm probably going to do NFC West next week, or not next week. Excuse me. On Thursday is probably the goal to do NFC West. Man, I just totally forgot too. By the way, I'm going to add the link into all my YouTube videos starting now. But I started my own sports company with my boy Captain by a Hook. That boy Rowan Donnie I appear on Fridays with. We started up our own sports company. I wish I'd let the show off with this. I'm going to have to lead the next show off with it because I totally forgot. But, yeah, we started our own sports company, Stare Down Sports. So, basically, I'm still going to be doing this. Still, this is like, the podcast is my baby. This is something I want to grow and make it huge. It's just now we got a second kid in the family. We got the company. Really excited for that. It's going to be a lot of content on there that I'm not going to take any content from here and move it over there. It's just if you want more content, feel free to look over there, man. For real. It's something we're working on. I'm really happy about it. And we can't wait for it to grow. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for the support. Just thank you for everything. Really appreciate it. It's been a fun year so far. We're going to continue to keep it up. Football's right there, man. So, yeah, like I said, Thursday, NFC West breakdown. Probably open the show with announcing the company, showing it off a little bit because, honestly, actually, let's end the show with that, man. So this is what we're going to end the show with real quick. This is our site. Here's what I just talked about, by the way, with the Orioles announcer. Dumb move. Idiot dumb move. But, yeah, like I said, feel free to come by. We obviously, where a lot of our articles are. We have the links up here to go to my YouTube, his YouTube. something truly awesome that we're working on, that we're going to building from the ground up. We're really excited about it. So I would love the support on it from everyone if you get a chance to look at it. Really would appreciate it. But like I said, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything. And I will see basically everybody on Thursday for my NFC West breakdown. And I can't wait, man. Football's that close. Can't wait, man. Just can't wait. See everybody on Thursday.